Geopolitics.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us and thank you for listening. We're going to Maymar in a country before it was called Burma. So we're going to see how the crisis there, what is going on there, the military situation, and how they are fighting, and even the situation of the civilians and peace. What about peace there? So we're going to see everything in that country. And we're going to get in deep and see what is going on. But the situation right now there is very, very bad. People are suffering, especially the civilians. Civilians are facing a lot of suffering. Yeah, this began when there was a military coup in 2021 when they removed a democratically elected woman or a democratically elected leader, uh, Aung San Suu Kyi. She was the country's facto leader, holding the position of state councillor and leading the ruling party, the National League for Democracy (NLD). Win Minty was the president of Myanmar at that time. Then the military, known as the Tat Madawa, arrested them and several dozen other senior officials of the NLD in early morning raids, seizing power and installing Senior General Min Aung Hlaing as the new leader of the country. So that's what happened in 21. So they arrested the leaders and they installed a military regime. So that's what happened, and that's when the crisis began in Myanmar. So now the situation. Well, let's see the civil war. There is a civil war there. Um, the conflict pitted the ruling military junta, often referred to as the State Administration Council or SAC, against a loose coalition of opposition forces, including the People's Defense Force (PDF), the Pro-Democracy Resistance, and the various ethnic armed organization (EAOS). So today, 24 people were killed and nearly 800 injured in a bomb that this junta military launched at people by paragliders. So they were using those bombs. These people were celebrating it was like a Buddhist celebration. People were celebrating that, and then they came with bombs and they bombed them for no reason. So that's what happened. And they said that they are protesting against the elections that is due to be held this 2025, and that's what they use as pretext the military. The military, the junta has not significant control and is made to control less than 20%, 21% of the country's territory, mainly concentrated in the center. Rebel forces have made historic gains, seizing numerous towns and crucial border crossings. In recent escalations, the military is resorting to increasingly brutal tactics, including scorched earth campaigns, indiscriminate aerial bombing, and the use of low-tech weapons like motorized paragliders to drop bombs on civilian areas, resulting in recent mass casualties, including children. Yeah, you see, uh, recent military gains and losses. In a few weeks ago, the military has claimed to have recaptured some key towns such as Kayukumi in Shan State, but the overall trend continues to show the military struggling to counter rebel offensives. Uh, the humanitarian crisis there is very hard and very bad because nearly 3.5 million people internally displaced, with many more seeking asylum in neighboring countries like Thailand, India, and Bangladesh. Uh, and civilian casualties and abuse. The junta security forces have committed mass killings, torture, sexual violence, and other abuses that human rights groups say amount to war crimes and crimes against humanity. Over 6,000 civilians are reported to have been killed since the coup. They are facing also food and security and poverty. The nation faces a severe economic and humanitarian paralysis. Nearly half the population is living below the poverty line, and nearly one-third of the population faces acute food insecurity. They are attacking even the hospitals, water infrastructures under this military junta leadership. Uh, the healthcare crisis there is hard, and the public services are collapsing. They are planning to organize the election in 2025 until January 2026, which critics and international experts have dismissed as a fraud intended to legitimize military rule, as anti-junta parties are banned from participating. Internal concerns. The instability has turned Maymar into a global epicenter for cyber scam operations and a major source of narcotic, opium, and amphetamine. Rohingya crisis. The violence has worsened against the persecution of Rohingya minority, with aid cuts and fighting between the military and the Arkan army, trapping the killing civilians in Rakhine State. So that is what is happening, guys. 3.5 million people are displaced in Myanmar, and people there are seeking uh, asylum in countries like India, uh, Bangladesh, Thailand, and other neighboring countries. So that's what is going on in Myanmar.
Minority, but they are not recognized as one of Myanmar's official ethnic groups and have been denied citizenship since 1982, making them the world's largest stateless population. The brutality with which they were treated undermined the new government's international reputation and highlighted the military's continued grip. Then, in February 2021, Aung San Suu Kyi and her government were overthrown in a coup. It was widely opposed by the public, who took to the streets in protest. The military responded with deadly force and widespread arrests in response. Many civilians joined armed rebel groups, and the country descended into civil war.